Hey, so I just want to share something that I learned and that I've discovered through my own research. And I encourage you to not take what I say for what it is, or what anybody says for that matter. Go do your own research. If something interests you, go find it for yourself, because you're not truly going to believe it or have the confirmation that it's real unless you do that for yourself. So, yes, listen to what I have to say, listen to what other people have to say about their beliefs, but discover what is true to you. So, what is true to me is, and let me just say, I used to be a Christian. I don't identify as a Christian anymore. I identify as an extension of God, whether you see that as a child of God or a part of God, or a just descendant of God. And that is what I identify myself as now. I'm a descendant of the highest creator, God, the one who created everything and who set all of this in motion. I believe that when it talks about, I believe that Yahshua, who most people know as Jesus, we'll just call him Christ so everybody knows. Because a lot of people don't know that his real name was Yahshua when he was born. So if you don't know that, I suggest you go do your research and figure that out. Because the first time I figured it out, I was like, wait, what? How does the name of Jesus have power if that's not his real name? That's not his name that was at birth. But the power is in intention. The power is in your faith, your belief. If you believe something to be true, then it comes true. And it's not just imagining it, playing with it in your head. It's actually setting your intention, setting your life, setting your actions to reflect what you want for yourself. And, that's where the power of prayer comes at. You believe that when you pray this, that God is going to answer your prayer, and He's going to provide, and it is going to come true. That's where the faith of a mustard seed comes in at. You have so much power that all it takes is a little bit of faith to be able to produce that in your life. It doesn't always happen right when you want it to happen, but it will happen. If it is meant for your path, if that is what you truly want for yourself and you strive for it, it will happen. The only time it doesn't happen is when you doubt yourself, when you have fear, when you let other people discourage you, or you let your environment discourage you, or even time. We all feel like we don't have enough time to do what we want to do. Make the time. You know what I mean? Like, I used to spend hours in front of the TV just binge watching shows. Time of my life that was wasted. I'm not saying that watching shows is a bad thing. Spend time with your family, sit down and relax and watch TV, escape your reality for a minute. But you also have to spend time educating yourself. We cannot grow if we don't learn. We cannot change if we don't make the effort. The deliverance to me is real. God will deliver you from it. But you have free will. And if you choose to go back to doing that same old thing, having that same old mindset, that is your choice through free will. So, God can't force you to keep that deliverance. So, it's a lot more than just laying it at the altar. It's acceptance. It's identifying, what every little action, every little reaction, analyzing it, figuring out, is this how I want to respond, or has this worked for me in the past? And I got a little off topic. I was trying to share my beliefs, and I always end up educating or trying to educate. But so when it talks in the Bible about Christ dying on the cross, I don't 100% know what I believe there or what is fact. I know that in my heart that it happened. That Jesus, Yahshua, Christ, whatever you want to call him, or call him Christ. Christ died on the cross as an example. Whether it was an illusion, whether it actually happened, or whether it is just a story in a book, whatever you believe, the message is the same. Love. I love you so much that I died on the cross so that way you could be forgiven. Okay, so then we get to Christ's return, right? Because in Revelation it talks about Christ returning. There's a lot of in between, but these are the two things that everybody fights about. And it doesn't have to be a fight. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and you should be open to hearing other people's beliefs, because unless you have no questions, unless every answer is answered for you, you should constantly be searching, you should constantly be educating yourself and figuring out for yourself what is true to you. Because different times in our life, our journey, things are meant for us, and they change. Everything's ever changing. Your environment is ever changing. You are ever changing. The people around you are ever changing. And, I had that realization yesterday. It's just like, you can't control it. You can't control the weather. You can't control when your car decides to break down. You can't control any of that, but you can control how you respond to it. You can control the upkeep on your car to make sure that it doesn't randomly break down. You have to have accountability. So in the end, where it talks about, like in Revelation, it talks about Christ consciousness returning. Or no, it talks about Christ returning, sorry. And I believe that it's meaning Christ consciousness. So there is a spiritual awakening happening. You are going to start seeing more videos like what I am posting, and it's going to be more people saying a lot of the same thing, because Christ consciousness is returning. Everybody is realizing, that the teachings that we have been taught from the Bible are meant to keep us slaves. They're meant to keep our mindset in, we don't have no control. You have control over you. And when you reach that Christ consciousness, that is when you reach heaven. So you are currently stuck in hell. If you are stuck in a cycle of pain and despair and loss and just shit, you are doing that to yourself, because you are not changing your mindset. And when I say you, I'm looking at myself in this camera. I'm pointing at myself. And I always rewatch these videos every day, because this is a message that I received that I need to continue to receive, because that's how we truly learn something. That's how something truly sticks, is through repetition. So, I encourage you all to share your beliefs. Share them with me, because I'm interested.